Hey there, hope you guys are doing fine. I'm doing fine. I feel a lot more relaxed. I feel a lot better, unlike last Friday and throughout the weekend. I felt a bit sick. My girlfriend was sick, and that's why we didn't have a stream. For today, it's going to be just as lovely as the sky is showing us. And I have a couple of comments before we're going to continue working on to the tiki/bungalow part. Now, because I would like to start away as quick as possible, I'm just going to show you all of these comments into the screen. Thank you guys a lot for these lovely comments. I really like to read them. I like to answer them. And there were 2 comments which you can see right down below. I was mistaking a little bit on the gifts that I got from one and the other person. Here is the right picture of the gifts. The 2 on top are from Endurance. I have checked out the stream back. I seen his name onto it. And the 2 below are the one of Captain Waffle. So the left one is the better version of the right one, even though the right one, it was a very fun little thing. So thank you guys for all of the love each and every time again throughout these episodes. Okay, so let's take a little look on what we can do. First of all, we could actually create a pathway. Another thing that I could do is just add a couple of poles underneath so it's not like floating out. And or place some planting. I would also like to take a look at a wall made of hay just to create some cozy little spots and just create a little bit of different looks here and there. The campfire is still on, which is great, of course. Now I have 2 of these guys around here. I guess I'm going to have these in the slot. There we go. Beautiful, beautiful. This guy right out here. Now there are of course plants that I cannot just place in here because it's sand. And there are things that I can place around here. I just have to see how, what, when and where. But for an example, I know 100% for sure that I would like to have a palm tree growing out here at the side. I think it's going to be lovely, filling up the sky. And I think I see another spot around here. I'm just gonna plant that right out there. And how about, let's just first take a little look. Yeah, that's covering up the ocean view, but it might actually be nice to just have something going on down here, right? Then I'm thinking, why not right down there? I think that will be lovely. And maybe just randomly right out there. Careful where I am placing certain things. How about one down there? And if that wouldn't be enough, I think this spot here is perfect. Ooh, I'm having a little bit of lag issues now and then. And how about one here, one there, and one out here, one out there, and then I'll guess the final one right down there. So let's just first see how that is going to progress and how that's going to make the area look nice. Now we actually have this guy right down here. I actually find it a shame, and I did ask for it at the developers, like, you know, this thing is growing onto the sand. Let us allow to actually plant the seeds into the sand. I think that would make a little bit more sense to say. I'll just have to see, you know, what is going to happen for the future. Oh god. To be honest, now I'm looking at things. I said that I wanted to have the path going down and then maybe up and then connect it up. I think for the best, it's just okay to connect the pathway up in once, right? Let me just see here, because I need to find a nice spot where I'm going to put out the little bungalow houses into the ocean. And I would like to keep this 2 trees and rock here as a border for the whole show. I'm gonna guess from this point on, I can make like a small dock going out and then have a couple of bungalow houses on each side though. Even though I am... like, here's the thing, I don't want to have like a whole row of houses going that way, because, you know, maybe let me just show you in the editor. Alright, so meanwhile I wanted to go to the editor. I all of a sudden have a gift from Thomas Lawrence. He says, I give you this ship because you are a real pro builder. Well, thank you a lot. I'm a good builder. And I want an opinion or suggest about her. Okay, we can do that. Alright, let's take a look. Arcadia, for me, the name sounds, remembers me of Fallout 4, the Fisherman DLC. It's called Far Harbor. They have like a gigantic telescope building, Arcadia, I believe it's called. Let's take a look. You want to have an opinion? Yeah, let me see. Free camera. Now, a pro builder might be a little too much, but it's nice that people find my work very good. I really appreciate that. So on the first look, yeah, I think it has some nice shaping going on. It has some nice like colors going on. This is very important, of course. I like this front part here. It makes it look real shippy. That's even a word though. Yeah, it's really nice. I think it looks even better than, you know, my first ship though. So that's very good. A door on the back for the balcony. And then, oh, let's take a look from this angle. And I should be holding control. There we go. Ah, that's how you did it. Oh, that's also not too bad of an idea. I like that. And I have like stairways on here. Ah, you know, I would completely like make a whole floor here, but I like this idea too. It reminds me of the Lego ship that I had for my birthday. It also has like an open part, and then you can see like the cannons underneath. Okay, very good. Then yeah, you can go up here to the helm. You got a lot of space out here, which is very nice because you're going to need to have like a navigation table, maybe some chest with, well, you got barrels. You can put some repairable items in there. Repairable items, I mean resources like wood, nails, and planks. So when you need to repair your ship, you can do that near your helm. You get a nice captain hut. It's very roomy, very nice. My pro opinion. You're doing it very well. So in here you got a little bit of, I guess, small container storage. It's very nice. And then out here we have the front. Really, it's a good ship. Let me just say it like that. I really like how you have planned out certain ideas. It really reminds me of my Lego pirate ship with this open area in the middle. And of course this front part, because also my Lego ship has this front part, funny enough. Now, you know, 100% honesty, of course, I like the yellow. It definitely fits in, and in the past I've been making like a ship which I make completely black and yellow. The blue for me personally is a little powerful to say compared then with the brown surrounding it. What would I do? I don't know. I think I would just keep messing around with the colors. Of course, I'm not sure if you made this into the editor or if you made this into adventure mode. In adventure mode, making ships is a lot more difficult than in the editor. If you've done this in the editor, you can always mess around with more colors, of course. But looking at the functionality, looking at the space you got on the ship, and the way you got certain things look very much different from all the other ships, which has a lot of the same type of ideas, I'm going to give this a 7.5 out of 10. And 7.5 out of 10 is very good though. But I'm going to give it a 5-star rating, not just because you gifted it to me, but you also got like a little, like a description. Arcadia is a big galleon inspired by the East Indiaman, used by the British company during 1700s. This ship has a lot of storage and space, 5 basic workstations, a lot of containers for specific resources, and a big cabin. It has space for more than 18 cannons. Now, is there something that I have missed? Let me just see. Oh, you know, to be real honest, it made me think I already, you know, this was already the basic thing. So let me just take a quick look in here, because you got like a lower deck and a lot of storage and even another door out. Wow, it's bigger than I thought it would be. Oh, here you got like your workstations. Okay, that's very good. All right, beautiful. Alright, so in here we be. I am not going to show you like how I'm going to make this pathway. It's actually going to be super simple. Basically like what I've been doing right down over here. Just gonna take a couple of these basic blocks what I already have down here and just rotate them a little bit. The same goes for connecting this up and connecting that up to that guy via this blueprint over here. Now what I'm going to do, and I'm going to show you, is my idea of what I wanted to do with these bungalows, right? And I think the best way to do this is just make something which I can explain you a long story short. So long story short, this down here is actually the front of this guy right down here, right? Where is it at? Right down there. Okay, just to keep things even more simple, I'm not going to, you know, show the exact height of what I'm planning to. So I'm going to build this out. I believe I said 4 of these guys. And then what I would like to do is create like a T-split. So it's going to be a couple of these here and a couple of these guys like that. I'm not sure how many, but I guess I would like to create 5 or 6 of these houses along this edge. So of course 5 or 6 doesn't sound like a lot, but then again, you know, it's going to take up a lot of space. Maybe, very much maybe, I can make some on the other side. So if I would create 5 down here, I can create 4 down here. The 5 over this side will be a little bit more luxurious because they have like the view onto the ocean and lesser trouble with sound coming from the tiki bar and from whatever not on the other side. Now these guys on here will have a little bit more trouble, but it will be included into the price that you pay lesser for these houses and more for those houses, right? Now my idea here of what I want to create is something that is a little bit based off a game that is called Teardown. On Teardown you actually have a house. No way, you have a house. You have a house which has, let me just do 1 extra here, and why not 1 extra here? So this is basically the floor of the house, and then like that you come in from this side, right? And on this side you have like a little kitchen and like just a place to sit and eat your stuff. I'll make this even longer. And then on this side you actually have the bedroom. Now there is like a piece of a wall that is like this in order to close off the idea down here. Not only because of that, but also it's nicer to go around and then have the bed here against this wall, right? And just assume this is going to be the bed. I'm just going to give this, let's place it like that. Now of course there is a lot more stuff coming up to the front here, and then there is like another wall. Of course there is like you know, windows in them and stuff. And then it's gonna be something like this, like a balcony, and you're going to, you know, look onto the ocean every morning you wake up. That is the idea here of the housing. This is perfectly what describes in Teardown when you go on vacation, have to do some missions. I think that is a perfect idea. Now, one thing though, I would like to have it a little bit round, and what I'm also going to do is yeah, so I said this will be like the kitchen area, right? So basically, in fact, there is like a wall out here. Same idea. So this is really front door where you come in, kitchen, sitting room. Then you go down, bedroom, and then you have this view and a balcony. Now I don't want to do this. I'm gonna quickly make something that describes more of what I would like to do. Now, thinking about things afterwards, I might fill in the blank and just add minimalistic type of stuff into these houses. But the idea here is basically a little bit the same like what I have down here, except the front room with the kitchen and stuff is actually placed in this room. I want it to be round as possible, and then, yeah, of course, the bed, the table where you can eat your foods and stuff, and then have like a couch, sofa, and like a table where you could just chill out and, you know, maybe have a TV on the wall, whatever you want to fantasize. And then out here, a small balcony with the possibility to have like a small boat up there. I might make this like, you know, a modular thing on poles right away. So maybe I can put it up to the shop or whatever, or maybe I'll give it away in the next stream. And I want to create like window type of view as much as possible from this angle. We have like a nice view out onto the ocean. Yeah, of course there will be a couple of windows right out here and right out here. But on this side I want to keep things close up as much as possible, so it will reduce from the noise from the beach type of deal. And then you have a little bit of like take it easy time. And what I think would be nice is to create a bit of a pointy roof going on. But I don't want to have like a ceiling floor on here. So this wall is really like a loose wall that is not connected up to the ceiling, not connected up to these doors or whatever. And yeah, I think this is like a very nice idea to create a couple of these guys and then have them, you know, near the dock like that. And then of course have a couple one like this. Alright, it is a couple hours later. I've been doing a lot of building and I'm going to show you all about it. Now, as you can see, I've been laying out the room, what I had right down here. And then it was time to build the room, which I have been doing right down here. It is perfectly what I want, and I actually like to build the skeleton first to get a bit of a better idea what I would like to do on the outside. As you can see, I went for a nice light color down here, and then it was time to put all of the stuff into the room. I have chosen the colors based on this painting right down here. I believe I have a lot of this painting on my ship. I hope that I'm not wrong about that. I might need to check it out, but a lot of these colors that are in this painting is something you can find back. So the red on the bed, the beachy color onto the wall, the blue will be the water surrounding all of these water bungalows. Of course, a bit of yellow, which will be on the roof in a minute. I've been putting also a little bit of white onto the table just to break certain things up with a bit of green. And like I've been saying, I want to keep it simple, and I think it's better than keeping it empty. Now down here I got the roof. I want to keep it simple because I need to make a couple of these guys anyways. And then this is the end result, how it looks like. Little ladder here so you can just go swimming and then also get back up. How it looks from the inside. I see now there is a piece of a floor missing. I hope it's not the case in the other builds though, because right down here I have it all set up. Now let me take a... are you kidding me? This is a problem that I got at each house. I just saved up the blueprint. Anyways, it's not a problem to just, you know, fix it. And I also got this piece of a duct done. It's gonna go all the way here. And I have this piece of a duct also done. And I've also taken care that I got all of these poles underneath here, just on the outside ring. And later on I see like these chairs are going through it. But you know what? It is all going to be fine. Maybe I'll just push things enough up onto the beach that you only see the vegetation rather than these poles sticking through. Finally, the weather has cleared up. It took me a couple of days to get rid of the rain. As you can see, the palm trees are growing very well. I can't wait until they are at full glory. Yeah, so far so good, I would say. I'm surprised that these torches are still on because it was raining before. Not sure what that is all about. But one thing I do know is that I would like to place down these guys and see how it looks like. What? This is not how... Oh, I see. I wanted to say this is not how I mentioned it. I wanted to place it better to say. Yeah, look at that. Fantastic. Okay, I guess this one I could be, you know, I could place it. Yes, a little bit of this and yes, a little bit of that, but I believe these bits won't fall through, so I can always do that afterwards to get a better idea. Now right down here I need to add a couple more poles, but that's okay because this is all onto grid though. Yeah, that's looking fine, very good. Alright, fantastic. Let me see what you're going to need. A little bit of this and a little bit of that, which for now is okay, but the bungalow, I might have a very big problem with that, since I assume that I'm going to need to have at least 2,600 logs though, which is just a lot. And at this moment I have this minus 150 for the dog. I believe it was 2500 nails. That will be fine. I got enough nails, and yeah, I got enough whatever I need on ingots. I also need, let me see where that is at. I need a lot of raw alchemy. I think also 2000 at least, which is also a lot. Beautiful, beautiful. I always love that ping sound, like microwave that is done with your food. Right, beautiful. Let's take a little look. Yeah, I guess this is fine. I actually don't mind that it's a little bit like going underneath. It looks like this is like a perfect way for water to just, you know, collect all here in the middle and just go underneath. I think that is perfect. And I would also like to take a look from, oh god, yes, is the game that? Okay, from this angle, you know, I think that is just perfect. Just a little planting right down there, something right down there, and to keep this as open as possible. Once again, I'm not looking, you know, to put railings everywhere. It's just a little bit silly, but for here, like, there are dangerous parts. People being drunk out here. You know, I don't want them to fall in the water. Now, for the next part, I am going to, I'll get my ship out of here. Might be a better idea. And then let's press number 4. Let's see. Yes, that will do. Why is that? I guess because it goes through the floor or something. The landscape floor. No, it doesn't do it right now. Maybe the distance is too far or something. I got a couple of other ideas that popped up in my mind. Meanwhile, I was just, you know, building this stuff. What I can add, what I shouldn't be adding. I think... Ooh, what is going on with this? That's not how I... Did I save it correctly? I almost feel like I didn't save it correctly. Like, it's off grid for some reason. Or, yeah, that's because the size of the blueprint. That might also be... Yeah, well... I want to be sure that I'm going to check it out once again, but as you can see down here, this is just perfect, slowly, you know, getting onto the land, and then it ends right down here, and then from here on, you know, I could say like, let's remove this plant. I'm just going to use this guy for that. Those corners are always cut off, right? That's something humans do. And then from here, it's just very clear, like you can see these houses, that is beautiful. Get rid of that, thank you. Fantastic. Yeah. The ladder is just about. The waves are just about. Fantastic. Yes, this dock is very wide. I wanted to have it like 2, but then I was like, it looks weird from this point. And then, you know, I could place like some benches on it and whatnot. And yeah, I did block the view a bit, but I guess that's the risk of this. And it might not even be too bad of a thing though. Now, it's actually good that I'm taking a little look at it now. I've placed it so I can always decide to move things up, because I think that these houses are a little too close up to the party area. Yeah, definitely. Let me just see how much space I got over there, because if I got enough space, then I can always, you know, move things up. I can always, you know, decide to keep it with you. Difficult. I mean, I actually got a ton of space down here before it really becomes like beachy and toward the city, because I don't want to get it too close, but it seems like I have space for 2 more houses, which basically means I can move all of these guys up on this side. That might be a little bit better though. Yeah, I guess that is a lot better. Okay, so the thing here is, let me just show you guys something. So as you can see, I need a lot of this, a lot of that, and also got 1 unknown recipe. Ooh, thank you a lot, game. Oh, and calculating this amount with that amount, I'm going to need to have a lot. So I might need to adjust some things here and there. Now I do have a tool which I can easily replace certain blocks, and I can always, you know, change certain blocks to marble. I don't know why that would be so hard to pronounce. I think I wanted to pronounce these guys Barrow Q. Is that what it's called? Unless you know, it doesn't look good, but I'm going to replace some stuff so you can understand with all of these materials that, you know, I'm going to need to do a lot of harvesting. That is one thing for sure. And what I would like to do, I have a plan in mind. The plan will be as following. I am going to take care for Friday's episode that this whole area is 100% complete. It basically means I have a couple of days to do so. It's not too big of a deal. And then once Friday has hit, I'm going to show you what I've been doing here. And then you can still give some of your feedback, which you can also do right now. Maybe just some ideas which I can just, implement as last minute ideas. And I'm going to take a look at this area. I'm going to move this stuff over. I'm going to see what I can do extra, replace certain blocks and bits and pieces, make this look nice, have some nice fencing going on and whatnot, vegetation. And then we are actually going to start onto the theme park. So we're going to build some cool rides. We're going to, think about certain ideas, which you guys can also drop in some ideas. And then once this theme park is done, I would like to continue with this beach, because I'm afraid if I start the beach right now that I cannot really connect it up too good with theme park, since I might need a little expansion, and then it's not gonna work out. So that will be the plan for the upcoming week. I hope it is fine with you guys, because you see I need to do a lot more stuff, and definitely a lot more farming, and it's going to take a lot of time. So I hope you guys like the idea of the bungalow. It is simple. They are not dummies because they have like a simple interior, which I am in the end very happy with that I did that, because we still have a view on it. And then I hope for Friday the rain has stopped. Alright, so in this case, move stuff up, replace a couple of these. Ooh, do I have the paintings or are they different? I'm going to figure that out right now. See here. I should have a whole chest full with these guys. Please let it be the same. It is. Ah, very good. I am a lucky guy there. Definitely. Got a lot of these. Very good.